an unnoticed action passed under the hood, leaving no trace of chain. So the learning objectives of this challenge are understand the purpose of event in smart contract, explain how events record contract activity on blockchain, define and declare event, use the emit keyword to trigger an event, understand the role of indexed web3 libraries, apply to improve transparency and enable off-chain application integration. So here the instruction to solve, connect to the environment, analyze the smart contract, exploit, submit the flag, and its one-time submission. Here we have some knowledge check questions, which keywords used to trigger an event. Okay, I'll let you answer these questions. So without any further ado, let me start solving this challenge. So I'm here on the isolated environment of the challenge. And this is the challenge viewer. It's up and running. So we have the smart contract. We have to reveal the flag. You need to fire an event and run the contract. So we have the smart contract. Here we have address public of the owner, mapping to this owner. It means there is not only one owner, mapping address to the balances also, and the event called registration. The constructor here, it is payable, so the owner, the address of the deployer for now that we have, and he is in the mapping of his owner. We have a modifier for only owner, required to be in the mapping of is owner, so the only owner functions, you can call an only owner function. So we have add owner here function with only owner modifier, remove owner, external also with only owner modifier. We have an internal function of withdraw. This is a low level withdrawal function. Okay, we have a deposit. This is external and payable, can be called by anyone. So if we send more than 1 ETH or equal to 1 ETH, we can be added to is owner mapping, and our balances will be added to. And here we have function register, withdraw the amount that you want to withdraw. If the deployer of the contract, which is the owner and owner in the is owner mapping, you will be able to withdraw your full amount, your amount, whatever you want. Okay. And yeah, withdraw and emit the event of the registration. So we have to call this function to fulfill the first condition, else withdraw full amount. So if this one is false, so you can withdraw whatever amount you can withdraw whatever amount you want to. We have the address of the contract. It has 10 Ethereum. We have the RPC endpoint, and we have the chain ID and some dummy wallets to use to interact with. So let's start solving this contract, this challenge. Let me first think first, I'm going to create a virtual environment with Python 3. Maybe I'll call it solution. Okay. Now let me close this. I'm going to open Visual Studio. I'm going to open the solution file. Yeah. Trust, yes. So if we need to activate the virtual environment, source bin activate. Okay, and we need to install the web3 library. Install web3 library. Meanwhile, I'm going to fetch the code that I prepared to solve this challenge. I'll be providing this code on my GitHub repo. Copy. Create this one. That's called what did I call it here? Solution. Yeah, solution. Solution.py. Does see this machine. Yeah, okay. I have the code pasted here in my machine. So let's start exploring this code. So we have the RPC, the private key of the wallet, and we have the address. We have the API, so we need to fetch the API. We go here, copy, and we go back here. We create a JSON file called api.json. You can call it whatever you want. Okay, the API. We connect to the RPC node, okay, and we create the contract instance so we can interact with the contract and send out transaction to the smart contract. So here I create a transaction helper, so I avoid to create each time this lines of code. So this is the transaction helper. We have the nonce here for the wallet. We have the transaction arguments. We have the signed function to sign the transaction with a private key. Okay, and transaction, we send the transaction. Okay. We print the receipt, we print the hash, wait for the receipt of the transaction, and here I put a condition, transaction successful or transaction failed. Okay. We have the deposit function, we have the get owner function, we have remove owner function, and we have the withdraw function. Okay, so let's start by the first thing we need to do, we need to deposit. So let's do Python 3, our solution.py script, this one. The script. So, and we need to deposit. I believe I specified the amount to deposit here. I don't have to write it. Yeah, 1 Ethereum. Okay. So let's do deposit. Let me clear this window. So Python 3 solution.py and deposit. So we should see 11 here Ethereum as I'm going to deposit 1 ETH. Okay, 1 ETH successful. If we go back here, yeah, we have 11 Ethereum. That's very nice. So the second thing that we need to do is we need to fire an event. It's the first condition. So to fire an event, we need to call the function register. This is a function. I called it withdraw. So let's do that. Let's go back up here and call withdraw. And we have to specify the amount. So I'm going to withdraw 1 ETH. Okay. Transaction successful, and we should see an event fired on the smart contract. Yes, there is an event fired. Let me hide this API, and this is our event from the smart contract to my wallet, and the amount is 1 Ethereum. So the first condition was successful. Okay, we fired an event. So the second thing, we need to drain the contract. We go back here, what we should have to drain, what we should do to drain the contract. We should, let me see what we should do. We should remove the owner. Okay, and we should remove the owner. We provide an address and we can call this function, but we don't have the owner address for now. So we can call this one, this line, to see the address of the owner. So let's get back to our code and see what we have here. We have get owner. Okay, Python 3 get owner, Python 3 solution.py get owner, and we should have the owner address. Okay, so the owner address is this one, current owner. We have to remove it. Let me clear this. Okay, and we have to remove the owner. Let's do again. Remove owner, and we provide the address. And we see, yes, transaction successful, owner is removed. Yeah. So let's get back to the smart contract. Okay. So as we were able to remove the owner, we can call this function again and withdraw the full amount of the contract. So we call register again, and withdraw the full amount. So let me go here. Let's go back to my functions. We have already withdraw. Let's try withdraw 1. and the transaction is successful. Normally the contract is drained and we have the our flag here. So this is how we solve this challenge. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you soon in the next video.